Random. I'd like to see more Umbra or Remnant runs where the actual where the ally actually has some impact. It was a nice try with the Shark Boy and Reform and Stasis. Yeah, that is one thing. Like, especially with the clans that I can't necessarily see the synergies between at the moment. I am very much falling back on just utilizing one clan and just focusing on that. I'm gonna try and branch that out more. You're right. Okay. Engulfed in Smoke is ridiculous. We're going to be looking to remove, like, cost from this and give it holdover as soon as early. As soon as early. It is too early in the morning for me right now, apparently. Cleanse all units of effects that don't benefit the Seraph. Stealth is that kind of an effect. However, Stealth, whilst a buff, is not going to be entirely cleared by Seraph the Chaste, because Seraph the Chaste only clears half of your stacks. So if we do have holdover Engulfed in Smoke, or some way to play Engulfed in Smoke multiple times a turn, or give it double stack even, no problem. And then Dripfall, Perils of Production. Oof. Perils of Production is really good with a Morsel build, because you can put that on a Morsel, and then the Morsel gets eaten at the end of the round, so you get the extra energy, but you don't get the extra Ember Drain. And in fact, the Rage means your Morsel will do damage. These are all good. Stealth is better than Damage Shield, I reckon. What would the comparison between those be? On hit effects would still trigger for your enemies. Damage Shield only defends you as many times as the enemy is attacking, whereas Stealth exempts you from the round of combat. Yeah, I would say Stealth is better. Good luck on your runs. I'll probably be back later. Have some bookshelves to set up for my partner. Best of luck setting up those bookshelves, Cattle Nutter. Oh! Alright. Brad. So I'm thinking Boons of the Blacksmith here. See if I can possibly try and get more of the things that ascend the units to the top floor and kills them like that. Stealth doesn't trigger on the taking damage stuff though. Right, like a bomb. There aren't that many of those. There's the bombs, there's the extinguish, there's the wilt wings. But you're right. Yeah, they're different. They're different. Yeah, I'm gonna go Boons of the Blacksmith here. Rector Flicker? Oh, see, I wasn't even trying to do it that time. Burn Bright. TG Monster says, Rhapsody, I just want to stop in to say I love your content. Been watching on YouTube since 2017. I wish you the best of luck, and I'm gonna go watch Avatar on Netflix. Much love, bro. Right back at you. Enjoy Avatar. Is it, wait, hang on, I gotta ask. Is it Last Airbender? Is it Legend of Korra? Or is it the... It's not a Michael Bay film? Oh my god. What an insult. Last Airbender? Nice. Are you rewatching it? Oh, are you rewatching it because it just came out on Netflix, or are you just rewatching it in general? Yeah, nice. I binged through that in high school in 3 days. I just started and I was like, yeah, I don't need to stop. I'm just gonna continue going until there's none left to watch. I was so sleepy by the time I watched the Ozai episode at the very end. Like, I should probably rewatch that. There's probably plot points I missed out on because I was just like at the end of like a long marathon. Actually, I marathoned Korra as well. Although I think I marathoned that in series. Anyway, we'll take break to flick again. Right? Yeah, whoa, hang on. Allied is Umbra. Harvests. Harvests, though. And we're going to want to harvest things consistently here. Yeah, it's harvests. Let's get the accumulator. Okay. Non-boss enemy units gain 4 damage. That's honestly not going to be a problem. The Rector Flicker is getting +5 every harvest, and with any morsels behind it, they just give it the +5. Obviously, the dregs are only one space behind it, so that's a bunch of extra damage. My big consideration right now is this Apprentice of Light has Slay gain damage shield, but also 35 health. The time at which I will actually be able to take that out is going to be pretty late, so I might want to set up on the top floor. Getting an early unit here is going to be really interesting, especially if I find something that synergizes with the morsels. So it's hard to get value from both Accumulator and another Gorger. Yes, unless the Gorger happens to be like one size, or you like overstack a floor or something like that. I could set up a bottom floor here. Yeah, that's not a problem. What's your Twitch stream name? Just saw a YouTube video saying you're live. Twitch.com/Rhapsody Plays. I'm pretty sure that's it. Engulf y'all in smoke. Save that round of combat there. Shade split out, get the rubble morsel. Perils of production isn't really going to do anything for us here, but it's nice to have. Wait, hang on. It'll do more here because it'll actually deal damage. It's an interesting question to ask on said stream. I think it's a question. I think it's a joke that I just didn't get. So if Dragon being placed at the top, would his burning out trigger harvest? Yes. Yes. Burning out is death. There, give you a perils of production. That's the kill. Do I want to get rid of this floor? Or do I want to get a train steward in front of it? Do you descend 2 enemies here? Yes! Yeah, I do. I do, 100%. I need to keep thinking about descending enemies, because obviously there was like the bomb that I didn't descend in the series so far. Honestly, Rectiflicker isn't feeling big enough to actually take all this out by himself right now, but we'll see. Hi, was demons. How's it going? Dolphin smoke doesn't seem like a great idea here necessarily. I think I give stealth to these units because then they wipe them out, so this keeps its lifesteal until the Discipled Inquisitor comes to the top. Which Rector we're using? We're using Accumulator. Harvest gain +5 damage. HP, sorry, not damage. HP, you're right, Seth. Smoke second floor? What you did? Okay, Shade Splitter. Shade Splitter. Oh my god. With all these rubble morsels and the perils of production, I'm really feeling the lack of anything to spend my energy on right now. Almost expected you to say we were using Rectiflicker. As soon as it's expected, you know? Oh my god, really? Can I not get the energy one constantly? Like, seriously, though? Oh my god. Stealth kills? Oh, it's just short. Honestly, getting the rubble morsel there constantly, despite the fact that I already had a bunch of energy, is what cost me this damage. Can you descend the second enemy unit? You can't descend units when the floor below is destroyed already. It's like trying to descend them when they're already on the bottom. Wicklash, enhance a friendly unit with +5 damage and apply burnout 2. It's not enhanced with burnout 2, it's apply burnout 2 as well, so getting it back doesn't trigger that consistently. I honestly, Yeah, Entomb isn't bad as a tank for your Rector. I'm thinking about that also just as a really good way to get the Rector very early on a lower floor. Although this isn't considered a minion, right? It's not considered a minion. So it won't necessarily, like, it's like an imp or a channeler, right? It's not going to be the commander drawn. Yeah, it's not a priority draw. There we go. Thank you for the description there. It'll still harvest. That's what I'm thinking. Not only that, but I'm also thinking like it's going to be a really, really good way to get a early harvest off on Rector Flicker, as well as wipe out the front enemy units, so I can set up on a lower floor than I necessarily would previously be able to. It'll eat morsels. That is a problem. Maybe it goes in a different floor then. Huh. Not if it dies before. Not if it dies before. Yeah, the morsels happen at the end of never mind, it's fine, it's fine. Oh, Space Prism. Do I ever turn down Space Prism? And Umbra Result is good here. It's the more morsels that I kind of want. But Space Prism is very powerful. Space Prism is common as well. Always need more space with morsels. That's what I'm thinking. Like, this gives us the more morsels that we want, but this gives us the space to put the more morsels when we get them. Otherwise, we're gonna, like, have too many morsels a lot of the time. I think direct damage is really important. Do I have any direct damage? No, I don't. Yeah, I agree with Sal. There are plenty of morsel sources. We can get one later. Crucible Collector and Crucible Warden here. I mean, honestly, I probably don't want a second Gorge floor. Like, I just want the Rector to be my Gorge floor. So outside of that, I probably just want, like, you know, a value card or something like that. Like, Thug behind Rector. Really? But then I get fewer deaths behind Rector because I have the ability to put fewer morsels down. I was thinking Thug on a different floor and then get a tank later. It's so early that I think I have to take the Thug. It'll pay for itself. It'll pay for its own removal later, even if I need to do that. Umbra unit as well as forging my spells. What spells would I forge? So, would I even consume remove the Space Prism? No, because I only really care about that if I can also hold it over. How do you call card rarity? It's a little gem in the middle of the card. So this is a common. This is a uncommon. This is a special card, so it's kind of exempt of that. And then there's like the epic legendary kind of situation. Similar to the Hearthstone gems, I believe. If Rector gained attack and not health, there would be a very strong synergy between them and the Gorge tank. Oh, definitely. Oh, 100%. Because the Gorge would go in the front line. Agreed. Excuse me. Oh. Still stocked on Chugga. We've got at least 3.5 hours more Chugga in us. There we go. Uncommon, common, uncommon, rare, and champion are the only rarities. Okay, so the purple is rare. I want a candle unit, the remnant units, and then a merchant of steel. I do want a merchant of steel here, just for the damage or the multi-strike on Paraffin Thug. I was just thinking, like, do we have enough spells on the other side that we actually want to upgrade? Engulfed in Smoke, we do really want to upgrade, though. Do we really want to upgrade it? I guess. Like, it could keep the Paraffin Thug safe without having to get a tank. Smoke holdover and possibly free cost. That's exactly what I'm looking for here, was things. Okay, next area has a Merchant of Steel, Pyromanes, Concealed. Okay, so I've got a duplication in the next area as well as a Remnant unit. So the early Remnant unit is a little less important as a result of that. The Merchant of Steel is a little less important as a result of the fact that I can choose one later. But also the Merchant of Magic and possibly getting double upgrade on a card to get it pretty ridiculous, like a Space Prism maybe, like a Engulfed in Smoke maybe, becomes more important because I have the Hell Vent to be able to duplicate whatever card I max upgrade here. I mean, that gets me my Space Prism. Morsel Maker. Found it. That behind the Rector Flicker is enough, right? Oh, if I get a Morsel Maker and a Morsel Master, hang on. Rector Flicker, Morsel Maker, Morsel Master, Entumbra, Magma. 4 each turn. Without having to do anything else in the build, which does give me the ability to set up a second Gorge floor. 7 limit? Yeah. Rector, Morsel Maker, Morsel Master, 3. Entumbra, Magma, 7. And now I'm going to take Consume Removal and Cost Reduction. Should I cut a Dreg now? Just so I more commonly hit the Space Prism, because I'm about to dupe the Space Prism in the next area. Got a train. Okay. Into it. Trace better than Stewart's Aimer. Okay. Into it. Did Morsel Maker not replace Morsel Master? No. Yeah, that's what I deduced from looking at the card art and the similarity of names. I was like, oh, okay, I guess it was just changed. But no, it's 2 different cards. Does this game have infinites? It definitely does. I have done many of them over the course of my history with this game. I have to go for it. Do you need 2 Space Prisms? Can't you just dupe Morsel Master and they overstack? They do, but only if I get both of them on the same turn, or after I get the Space Prism. Right, because the first Morsel Maker, after it resolves, the room is going to be filled until I get my next Prism. And then it's just another Morsel Maker. Maybe it is just another Morsel Maker. Another consideration with the Space Prism is it gives me the ability to make my another floor also large enough to hold like a bunch of units in a Gorge unit, but we'll see. We'll evaluate it based on what we get after this. Okay. Huh? Oh. Oh my god, this is incredible. Oh, what a floor! What a floor! Rector Flicker dies. Alright. Let's redo that one. Forgot to look at the damage. Rector Flicker front line. Morsel Maker second line. Drag in the very front. Actually, hang on. I might need to sacrifice the Paraffin Dog too. No, wait, Drag in the very front is enough. Why is Drag in the very front enough to save you? You hit that. Oh, because of the harvests. Right, I forgot about the harvests going off there. There we go. Anyway, good thing I didn't make a mistake on that turn at all. And no one can prove it. There's definitely not video evidence. Okay, I'm gonna drip for one of you so that I can get the collector. Then engulf in smoke so I take less damage, I guess? Or sack a train suit on a different floor. It's probably sack a train suit on a different floor. And a drag. They're not going on a different floor at any point. That's the smart moves. I'm just finally descending enemies. I read all the comments on episode 2 and I decided, yeah, descending enemies seems like actually a good strat. Maybe I'll try that. Maybe I'll try that once. Paraffin Thug should have been earlier in the turn order. Yeah, Paraffin Thug definitely should have been earlier. That's my bad. There you go. Get entombed. Richter's gotten pretty buff, shows potential. It's just that its damage doesn't really grow, right? So like that floor is going to be fine until I start fighting enemies with 90 health. With Perils of Production, I think you'd be interested in more expensive cards as well. Yeah, I was talking about that in the last battle, which is that I currently have... one sec. Set this up. I was talking about that in the last battle, which is that I currently have a lot of energy in this deck, but nothing that uses it. All right. 3 damage taken overall. No buds. Giraffe. No? I think that's a no. Okay. Let's think about this for a moment. So we've got the Rector Flicker on one floor. Oftentimes we will have the Morsel Maker with it, and Space Prism to keep increasing its size. Maybe a Paraffin Thug in there if we happen to get it in at the right time. So the Shade Splitters are really going nowhere right now. So what I'm hearing here is that I have excess morsels. So I'm feeling like Feast is a good way to trigger the eating and then just put down new morsels in the area, get the Rector Flicker to grow faster, and making of morsel and packed morsels both support another Gorge build being put in here. You can see the effect of Daedalus and fell by putting... creators of devices used by the Disciple to disgrace the Professor has arrived in hell to support the Seraph and Winged with their explosive devices. Does that mean it's like a double explode? Like, that doesn't necessarily seem to show me what it actually does. That's extinguish 1 damage? Okay. I still think you should dupe the Maker. That would mean you overstack that floor, but it'd take a while until you put your morsels down on that floor, even with the Feast. Feast also makes the morsels Gorge effect come before combat. That's true. 1, 2, 3, and then increase. Yeah. I think I still do dupe it. Actually, before I do that, obviously, go Remnant and Caves. Wickless Baron. Harvest to gain +1/+3. That's so slow. It's very, very slow. Dupe the Train Steward because you're going to get Advanced Prototype next circle. Last time I joked about doing that, I did get Advanced Prototype, so... Whoops. Oh! Rail spikes are now better? Wait. No. It is direct damage, though. Wait, you didn't have Wickless Baron Golden? I think it's a different Baron that I had Golden. So automatic rail spikes was previously like, yeah, 1x. They were 1x in beta. So is this now going to be like 20x on its upgrade? The thing is, I honestly don't know if I want either of these. No, the upgrade is 5x plus 10. This isn't the run for these. Spiders. No. Probably not the spiders either. You need direct damage spell for the backlines. I don't disagree with that. I just don't want automatic rail spikes to be how I do that. They have multi-strike built. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's take a Spikedriver colony and see if we can make that a thing. Sorry, I was thinking they were obviously not multi-strike. Let's dupe the Morsel Maker. Just making sure that's what I want to do. They can just fill bot floor. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Also, like, every time I increase the... Like, I only need to Space Prism a floor 2 times before it can just roll. Those spiders would be great with a Reform deck. I guess? Yeah, I guess. And that's what I'm worried about. Advice column that would overflood the deck, but I guess like if you got your upgrades earlier, it's not that bad. And just get the Train Steward to die somewhere. Don't want to draw it again. With Burnout, you can make 1,000 spiders. Yeah, that you could give them Enhance to give them extra stats and Burnout in the shop. Obviously can't use the Morsel Maker right now. Shade Split for nothing. Need more damage on the Rector Flicker. You have the Feast still in the deck. I don't like this yet. I don't like this at all. The Thug is too much on the top floor, no? I'm worried that like I need the damage of the Thug and I can't put it on any other floor because nothing can protect it. So that's why I've taken to putting it behind the Rector Flicker when I get the ability. Just throw those away. Still no space apparently. I can use Entombed Explosive to get the Forged Disciple much easier to kill. Extra energy now. So Shade Split as well. There we go. We'll even take out the Forged Disciple on this floor. That's number in there. As soon as you eat 2 morsels, Maker is higher total damage than putting the Paraffin Thug there instead. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Although, I was always going to draw the Space... Like, I was always going to draw 2 Morsel Makers on different turns, and Space Prism last, as it turns out. Which means that in this cycle, I couldn't have done that. I drew Rector Flicker, Paraffin Thug, and then Morsel Maker first. And then the second hand had the next Morsel Maker, by which time the Rector Flicker, the Morsel Maker, and the Umbra and Magma Morsels would have taken up the whole floor. Delectable. Just against some energy now. Two Forged Disciples at the same time is not something I am actually capable of dealing with at the moment. Stealth makes them able to attack your morsels. Oops. Did that in the wrong order. That's my bad right there. they're not great. Let's go Perils, 2 turn over. Shade Split twice, looking for something better than these. Not getting many things better than them. I'll hold these again, so the Feast turn is more viable. This is the best thing you've learned from your new STS collab. It's gonna take me a while to really solidify the things I've learned from it. Which is in case anyone doesn't know what B Wintergreen is talking about there. The Sneaky Teak collaboration that just went up live on the channel. Sneaky does a series on his channel called the Ladder Streak. His channel in particular being his Twitch channel. And I saw him doing it and I was like, that's really cool. I'd like to do that. Hey, would you like to do that? So it's effectively a series that is kind of like half how to play the game whilst keeping the heart in mind, and also half kind of like general debates about the game. It's very, 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 very elucidating to me. There are a lot of decisions made in that first run that I would just never make on my own. Okay. So we let the Forge Disciple go past, but other than that, we're good. Seeing Raps take second win was bizarre. Taking second win was bizarre for me. So weird. I mean, he was right, but so strange. Okay. I mean, drain on you twice. On the unit that instantly got killed. Oops. Good to get out of your comfort zone and breathe your life into it. Oh yeah, 100%. It's I've been very much looking to do kind of like more different things in SES at the moment. Like for instance, tomorrow there's another episode of the Slay the Spire Draft Champions with Alexa. And also the plan, at the moment, at the very least, deal damage to the front enemy unit equal to 10 times the number of friendly unit deaths in the battle. Frontline enemy units that are way too big are actually a big problem for us right now. Applying Endless to a friendly unit does mean that I just give Endless to a morsel that I consistently want, get that morsel back every single turn, but it also denies us a draw because we have to draw it the next turn. But yeah, the idea and hope, and I've worked it out with each of them, so it should be relatively consistent. Is to make both of those a weekly series. So the idea is that the week would be, you know, Monday to Friday STS videos, kind of standard format, and then the weekend would be the How to Break a Heart. There were so many different ways I wanted to name that series, but I was like, I've got to make the considerations for search engine optimization as well as for the fun name. Because like Heartbreaker is obviously like the Heartbreaker streak or Heartstreaker. The problem is streak and break look similar, but they don't rhyme. So you don't read it in your head and you read it out loud and you're like, actually, that's not a pun. And it's like, no, but it was. It's just that word should be said differently. Maybe Crucible Collector. I am ending up with an excess at the moment. Tank for your Thug. The problem is if Crucible Collector is the tank for my Thug, then I only have the space to put one minion behind them. Wretch in the YouTube video wasn't bringing back your miners because they were careless. BTW came from an artifact. Careless. Maybe I increase the capacity here so that I have Rectiflicker and Morsel Maker, and I don't need to put a Space Prism on the same floor as them in order to get the other Morsel Maker down. So this Space Prism can go on the second floor with the Crucible Collector. Because otherwise, unless I draw both Morsel Makers in the first round, with the Rector Flicker, I can't put them on the same floor. I think it has to be the capacity here. And then I get draw or energy later on, depending on what is needed at the time. Extra capacity is also good for the spiders. That's a good point, Wasdim. You meant cardless? Cardless units are tokens that don't have a card that created them, therefore they cannot exist outside of the train. Oh. Well, we'll have a look at the tooltip for it later, hopefully. Remove 2 cards from the deck, gain an artifact, and gain an Umbra unit seems really good to me. So do the artifact first. Friendly units gain +3 health. That'll help protect morsels against being swept. This actually applies days 3 to enemy units that I dripfall. That's big. How many times do I descend people back down a floor? Not super often. 2-3 times combat. You'll never affect a boss. But it's more prioritized now because it stuns them. The problem is when I descend a unit, oftentimes I'm descending it into a floor that is already stacked with enemy units. So if then those enemy units become an overwhelming floor, I have to continue descending units constantly so that I'm not overwhelmed by one just large floor because I don't have anything like sweep or trample. So I'm honestly, like, I think that I would still use Dripfall basically the same amount. I thought the game wasn't released until next week. It's not released publicly until next week. I have early access to it. Stage 3, so everyone when it goes up, it's not attacking even to the pyre room. So top floor, I send them down. They're dazed for that round. They go up. They're dazed for that round, and then they go up to the top, and then they're dazed for a round. So they take the first 45 damage. I honestly think that's such an edge case. It's not going to be needed. Okay. Umbra unit is... Oh! Excuse me. That's a Morsel Master. Put that with the Crucible Collector. You'd skip. Really? So I'm thinking like Crucible Collector wants more minions. Sorry, wants more Gorgeous. And with just the 2 Shade Splitters in this deck at the moment, and obviously already access to Feast also, I kinda can afford to get more units to die. Also, the more units that die, like the more morsel units that end up dying, so more that get duplicated, the more powerful Memento Mori becomes. What's this? Okay. Upgrade the champion. Do I want to resolve to reform a random unit? Because Rector Flicker's HP is already getting really big really quickly. Reforming a random unit would get me back the morsels consistently. It's just an extra morsel. Not in this build, Harvest is better. What about the different builds makes a difference there, sir? Is Gorge plus Morsels the most powerful combat so far? No. It's a bit easier to hit than a lot of other combos, because there are so many different ways to approach it. in so many different payoffs as well. Random reform will give you a random morsel. All right, so this in later patches, there are later patches than this as well. I trust you on that. This feels like double train steward removal to me. Beta testers do have a later version. We're one patch ahead. Wild. Is it, wait, is it the review branch of the game or is it like a different beta branch of the game? Okay. Non-boss enemy units gain +6. Again, their damage is not that scary to me at all. Take the money. Alright, it's water time. Great. So, Rector Flicker, Morsel Master this floor, Shade Splitter for the Morsel Master to get a double buff from it, Entombed Explosive maybe on the bottom floor in order to kill the Light Harnesser. The thing is, the Light Harnesser gets +3 after combat, so I want to kill it relatively early. Check the tooltips on the morsels summoned by Morsel Master. Will do. Yeah, the healthiest unit being on the top is a decent idea here because they gain so much damage by the time they get to the top. There's our Crucible Collector. Good to see you. And then let's Shade Split. Excavator is great here. Although the Crucible Collector dies before the Excavator can even do anything right now. You'd pair Morsel Maker with Morsel Master because you don't have great morsel generation otherwise. Then the top floor. It does give more health to the Crucible Collector this turn, which is interesting. This has 2 damage by itself. So if I put this in the very back, I can kill the Collector as well. Spikedriver in the front to tank before I upgrade any of the Spikedrivers. Okay, I got a Momentum Mori to take out the front line here. Second line is impossible for me to take out though. Figured that was going to happen. Cardless. This unit was not summoned. It won't go from the consume pile and can't gain endless. Cool. Good to see it. Can you save your dude? I don't think so. I think dude is dead. Dead dude. One dead dude. Can always just waste the Drakes behind Flicker. I'm probably going to put Paraffin Thug and Drake up on there. We're probably going to end up taking like some damage here. Descend buys it time. It goes down to the bottom floor and dies there. The next one goes down to the bottom floor. The Light Harnesser kills it. I'm not seeing the save here. It's only got 7 HP. It'll die on this one. Descend enemy, descended enemy, and it still kills the Crucible Collector. 11-7. Oh well. That's fine. Now we're just gonna get a big morsel master instead. Oh, feast on this floor? Why would I feast on that floor? Statistics. Let's double that to block for us effectively. They put the chomps in front of them? Yeah, they do. I prefer Flicker, Maker, middle floor, Crucible, Maker, Thug, top floor for 2 reasons. Flicker is not strong enough to tank earlier, whilst the Crucible needs more time to get ready. Is strong enough to tank earlier, rather. And Crucible needs more time to get ready, and the Thug wants to be hit something up units to slay. So I misunderstood when you said flip the floors, that what you meant was get the Paraffin Thug behind the Crucible down here, rather than that I actually needed to flip for the Rector to be lower. Okay, cool. That makes sense. Hey, engulfed in smoke. Would have been nice to see you earlier. Just saying, would be nice. You know, just saying. $200 damage momentum aura does have the day. Yeah, it only kills the front enemy unit though for that. Does nothing. Unit only has 1 HP afterwards though, so I do have to kill it like this. Ugh. Sucks. That sucks. Yep. Is Memento Mori consume, or can you cast it multiple times? Multiple times. I'm going to be looking to decrease its cost, obviously, like as much as I possibly can. Ultimate Penance goes to the top of the draw pile, so I just have to play an extra card every turn. It's fine. It's J4 you back down. One HP. You need holdover on smoke to make it worthwhile, otherwise it's just deck load, at least in my opinion. It's like proactive healing. It's a lot of proactive healing, because you're almost always combating on a floor. Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with that either. Lost. Holdover is just what makes it insane. Right. Size, Shade Split. You best believe we get a Rubble Morsel there as well. Sacred Wicks reforms to random units, remove all debuff effects from friendlies and all buff effects from enemies. And Votivary. We'll change your mind on Feast Wraps. The deck is different. It's not like, I wasn't ignoring Feast before because I disliked Feast. It's just I didn't necessarily think that I had the ability to consistently Feast and then reform, or I didn't feel I was going to be getting value out of it after it consistently. I don't know. Is Votivary good for anything but chump blocking? I think that's what it is. Just a chump blocker. It's endless, so it puts itself on top of the draw pile, and then it extinguishes, so it draws itself. It's just a chump blocker. I guess you could give it extra health and damage or something like that. I don't see it. Sacred Wicks. No. Resin removal. Probably not either. I'm fine. Engine upgrade. -1 on that floor. +1 to energy every turn. Also Cave In and Feast. I don't think I need a second Feast. I don't think I have the ability to restock a floor again with morsels. Engine upgrade is always really interesting to me. It looks really appealing. But do I need the energy is the thing. If I take this, I am more likely to get draw in the next thing pickup. It makes my drip falls easier to play. It makes my momentum mori easier to play. Yep. Engine because you have the ability to get the floor point back. I mean, I'm usually sacrificing one of my floors anyway, so it's not a problem. We'll go over this way for the artifact, for the health, but honestly, the big reason is to go to the Merchant of Steel so I can try and upgrade my Spikedriver colony to the point that it'll actually be a worthwhile minion. +3 magic power is literally nothing to me. Well, no, hang on. 3 extra damage on my Momentum Mori. I should definitely value that. I'm going to be taking the Split Anvil. Let's see what the Merchant of Steel has. Reroll? Like +6, I guess, could go on Spikedriver, but honestly, I'm looking for, you know, your multi-strike. I'm looking for obviously the health stone. +6 on Spikedriver. I do, to be fair, I do often hold out on Spikedriver too long, and then I can't Spikedriver anymore. If I get better things in the reroll, I'm blaming you. Quick. You just give it quick. There's no reason to not do this. It's the best upgrade you can put on a Spikedriver colony so they don't have to take damage themselves. Upgrade a unit with burnout. Nah, I'm fine. Maybe I want to remove a card now. Get another Train Steward out of the deck. Yeah. Happy doing at least that. I could also see another removal on... Shade Splitter yet? Probably not Shade Splitter. Dregs, probably. Now just remove the Spikedriver. The ultimate flex. I'm just gonna scare the Heaven into the... Angels, rather, the Winged, into not attacking me because they'll know I mean business. Non-boss enemy units enter with Spikes 4 for a random artifact. Spikes 4 is a problem for the Spikedriver, but it's also a great thing for the Spikedriver because it means the Spikedriver will... I'm going to get so many copies of them in the deck. It's a problem for the morsels that we're going to create, the magma morsels, because the magma morsels will have the 4 damage, which means they will attack, and if they attack, they'll die. So I'm going to miss out a lot of my buffs using those magma morsels. I like random artifacts a lot, though. Especially with the Sycophants and Clipped Guardian, though, I don't... I think I need all of the damage, and I can't just have all of my damage die to the spikes on the Sycophants. I can't turn that on. Spikes for the Spikedriver. We'll still just play the Spikedriver on a floor by itself. Like, it will eventually die, but it's still just... You know? So, Crucible Collector goes top floor. Rector Flicker goes this floor. Nothing do nothing right now, though. Spikedriver is definitely going the bottom floor. Don't forget the anti-synergy of stealth and morsels. Yeah, these morsel makers, like, they're gonna take some damage here if I put them there, but I guess I could use a drag to protect them. What do you think about removing consume from engine upgrade and spamming it to the top floor once you've set up there? Right, because I don't care about its capacity after that. Okay. I don't think that's a bad idea, Espia. The Dreg here. Yeah, to cop a couple of those hits for us, and then Spikedriver here, and an engine upgrade on this floor as well. Entomb's explosive is decent again for the frontliner here. Yeah, that's the big problem. The clipped Guardian getting really big. Or rather being really big and not being challenged at all. It's not even going to kill the Entombed explosive. Shade split 2. I guess I need more damage on the top line. I don't like any of how this is going so far. Just gonna sack the Paraffin Thug down here on the bottom floor for some more damage. I need the ability to cut these down. Yeah, that 1380 doesn't fill me with joy. Doesn't spark joy. Okay, we're probably sending the clipped Guardian back down again. Let's get the Morsel Master in the very, very back line here. Extra capacity, extra capacity. Don't need it on the top floor. I'll take it on this floor, just in case. I can Rubble Morsel here this time. You go back down. Then if we get one of these that didn't have damage before to attack, it'll kill the extra Sycophant. Be getting this Clipper Guardian even more buff. But by that point, the Crucible will have more health as well. We're going to need more to protect this Crucible, though. Maybe another Dripfall next turn. Nah, Momentum Mori will do it. Good. Thankfully, Momentum Mori is very much proving its purpose in this deck. I managed to escape the escape the Terraria streams to come watch some Choo Choo. How's it been today? The Choo Choos have been good. Low levels, the Choo Choos have been good. How are the Terraria streams? Wow, did you see that cool new STS ladder streak series on YouTube, Rhapsody? Gosh, gee, pretty neat. Huh. There's a new series on YouTube? Huh. People should probably watch that. I imagine it's probably very good content. Almost certainly incredibly informative as well, because I heard that he had Sneaky Teak on as a guest. I know, collab of the century, right? Like, MCU step back. Bigger crossover than the Avengers. I'm avoiding Terraria spoilers. There's new Terraria content? Like, hang on, is that like there's new stuff to be spoiled on? That didn't add a kill. Targeted the wrong enemy, I guess. I thought that game was done. Just released 1.4 today? Good lord. That game will never be done. Not that that's a bad thing, but... let's actually Dripfall you, and then I can kill you with a Paraffin Thug for some more money. Journey's End came out. It's the last update. Oh, okay. They said it would be the last update. I thought they said that at 1.2, though. Okay, with another Spikedriver colony. Hang on. I'm gonna increase the size of this because I'm hoping to get Spikedriver colonies there later as well. Also, I couldn't find any rude YouTube comments, so I think Monster Train is right. Hell has frozen over. Were there any at all? Honestly, the only, like, slightly rude one was just, like, 80% of this is talking, which is just an accurate assessment. It's the implied 80% of this is talking, and it shouldn't be. That's like, okay. Okay. That's our win. Don't you mute every rude commenter? Like, you know, things like, you know, 80% talking was... I'm not gonna mute that. That's like... The only ones that I mute are the ones where there is no charitable interpretation of their comments that could not be, or rather that can't be perceived as them trying to annoy me. Like if it's mostly criticism, but it's tinged a little negative due to the experience of the recent episode or something like that. Like, I understand those fully, and I oftentimes try to constructively engage with them. But, you know, the things that it doesn't feel like it would be productive to engage with, I don't stress myself doing that. Anyway, didn't want to derail the Monster Train, was just really excited to see the content up. Thanks for the collab, and excited for more. Howdy, everyone. That's, by the way, in Sneaky Teak, in chat there, that's Sneaky Teak. I imagine we already got an exclamation mark SO Sneaky Teak, but you could do one again. Sneaky does a lot of STS and similar kinds of content, broader strategy as well, over on his Switch channel. And we're going to be doing a series together. Obviously, the first episode is already out. That's the one that we're talking about, the STS ladder streak. That will be continuing as well. As you might imagine, yeah, it's hardly a streak of one. Honestly, I don't think I need any of these. Subsuming Blade maybe a little for some directed damage to the back line, but that's it. Ooh, actually, I've sold myself on Subsuming Blade. It's very late to pick it up. It's too late. I think you might be right. Cannibalize, Void Binding. Okay, Cannibalize at the very least does give me finally some really good morsels. So that'll be really good for the Crucible Collector. There's an X cost. Yeah, I guess. That's not bad. But is it good? It's not bad, but is it good? Void Binding is actually really interesting because, like, you can put it on a morsel and then make the morsel tank hard. Taking the Cannibalize though. Also, you can cannibalize the Spikedrivers if they're still... Thank you. Yes. Wasn't even thinking about that, but you're 100% right. Don't have extra... I do want the extra health on the Crucible Collector still, but Merchant of Trinkets and a Concealed Cabinet, even the health that I still need. Need. There's also double removal over here, as well as the Merchant of Steel and some money. I really want the trinkets though. Do I have a trinket in the next area? I don't. Oh, so I have to wait until the very end of the game to get my first trinket. Removal plus steal would be my choice. But the trick is it at least a hard choice for you? The other isn't bad either? Okay, so it's not. So Fel is Scourge cards. Clipped Absolvers, Guard Fel. Okay, so at least this one I can tell because it says Absolvers, and I'm like, I know the Absolver unit gives you Scourges. Need cost reduction on Cannibalize. I gained so much energy in a turn, I don't think I need cost reduction on anything, really. I know it's early, but any big tips for learning the non-early beta classes? I only know working in Hellhorn so far. Any big tips on learning them? Spell weakness is more powerful than you think it is. Frostbite is less powerful than you think it is. Gosh. The lack of access to sweep, the limited access to trample and lack of access to multi-strike in some of the later classes does mean that a lot of the time you have to, more so than you did necessarily have to have in Awakened and Hellhorn, because Awoken and Hellhorn rather, because both of them have access to multi-strike and one of them has access to sweep. And in fact, they have access to spikes as well, which is a really good way of kind of like sweeping the enemies also. You have less access to that, so I think like a lot more of the time you're going to have to think about how can I take out each enemy unit in line with the other three classes. Stygian does have access to sweep, and obviously Umbra has access to trample, but those are considerations you have to make more actively than you necessarily have to do in those other two classes. The symbol on the circle for the boss is what their gimmick is. Notice the card with an X. There's... Oh! The previous one, I guess, is broken. It doesn't show me that. No, wait. Spike? It'll take me a while to really interpret these, though. We're about to go up against Fel. Ritual Collector's gonna die, though. I want the trinkets too much. Okay, let's look at them. Extinguish abilities trigger an additional tine. That's a lot of Spikedriver colonies. Do we want to have a deck of 50 Spikedriver colonies? That might be too many spooters. But is too many spooters a great idea? Maybe it's an excellent idea? It's bad? Let's make it work. Cards with Consumer discarded instead 50%. I probably should have taken the guild marker first, to be honest, but I'm gonna reroll now. When a unit dies, enhance it with +10. And waxy units gain endless. I don't reform anything. Yeah, so that does nothing. Wait, hang on. The enhance doesn't stick around. These are all bad. That's unfortunate. Just 7 energy even? No. Okay. No. Butts. Playing a black card deals 100 damage to a front enemy unit. There's also, when summoned, friendly units gain +1 for every blight in the deck. I mean, I could get 3 blights here and then start getting more blights later. Use that to buff. Like, all of my morsels would attack as a result of this. It's also good for the spiders to have multi-strike. Can't get more blights later. Even though I can't get more blights later, especially considering the spiders are about to dilute them out of the deck, I think it's fine. The big thing for me is actually I want the morsels each to attack so that if like backline units have 4 HP or 3 HP or something like that, this will just guarantee they kill them. What is the Seraph? It is cleanse buffs. Well, let's see if this is deck. Who needs morsels when you have a train full of spiders? I'm pretty sure my train full of spiders is gonna have a difficult time. Unless I actually get the endless holdover on the protection for them. That's gonna be good then. One short on being able to play everything this turn. I probably take the damage from the alternate penance in order to get the engine upgrade up early so that I can have the ability to burn out all Scourges from now on. Spikedriver colonies honestly probably still want to be set up on floor 1. Also make you here as well, all right? All right. More. Morsel Master on this floor. Yeah, and then Morsel Maker on the next up. Okay. Cannibalize one of you. Still not the ones I was looking for, but I'll take the extra damage, I guess. And then in duping that, I get back the ability to kill the Quill Marksman. Maybe I drip fall the Quill Marksman. Yeah, I'll drip fall the Quill Marksman here. Again, take damage to the weight of contrition so that I can get rid of the Absolver. And then I have this floor clear, so then all Absolvers from now on will die when they join that floor. Also gonna go and Umbra there. Dreg top floor? No, I think Dreg bottom floor, burn it out of the deck. Wow, engine upgrade seems incredible. That was my feeling on first blush as well. It looks pretty ridiculous. There's also, like, I think it's an Umbra unit that is just, it's one energy, I think. One energy, 0 plus, one energy, 040, rather, on the stats, sorry. And then it gives you 2 energy every turn. It's ridiculous. Brocham, thank you very much for the donation of $20. Says, but he was already pouring him a brimming glass of Spikedrivers. I'm sorry, I don't necessarily know exactly what I was responding to. I appreciate it nonetheless. Thank you very much, Brocham. Very kind of you. The 4 capacity, though, yeah, it does take up 4, but if you have a free floor, what else are you gonna do, right? Let's go extra energy from that. Burn everything out. Get my Crucible Collector up there. Paraffin Thug. Yeah, let's get Paraffin Thugging. It's time to be living that Paraffin Thug life. Oh, it's 0-20. Okay. And that unit is a support one, not a unit banner one. Oh, perfect. So wait, is it considered a tomb? Strange. Let's get the behind you. Also make it there, and then nom 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 nom. You get lucky with caves, you can make it small, then it'd only be 1 capacity. Yeah, that's a big risk and such gamble to be taking at this point. It's from your beta series, episode 10, 45 Spikedriver colonies. Rhapsody to Seraph, would you like something to drink? He opens the fridge. We have we have water, milk, juice, Spikedrivers, Dr. Pepper, Seraph, Spikedrivers? Rhapsody, Spikedrivers it is then. Seraph, no, I wasn't. But he was already pouring in this brimming glass of Spikedrivers. I didn't even recall that, but it's a good comment. I like it. Definitely get more draw after this fight. Agreed. We have the energy. We're totally covered on the energy. You're also filling your deck with zero amount of minions. Another good point. Very good point, Zach. Flicker has a reasonable amount of health. Yeah, it seems reasonable. Just, you know, just casual 250. Taking me a lot of time to get back to these Spikedrivers, gotta say. Oh, rude. That's so annoying. That Clipped Guardian is like that 2 damage the Clipped Guardian is going to be taking here. It's going to prevent me from being able to kill the Clipped Guardian in the backline. So rude. I can Momentum Mori you, but then this still doesn't even take enough damage to die. But I mean, it's already taking enough damage to die the last shard the first time it gets hit. So I think I actually Momentum Mori this floor. Yeah. It's definitely not. Nice. Oh, and it's gonna be near the end of the battle already now, right? Shade split. Do I even want a shade split? Probably not. Doesn't even matter if we engulf in smoke or not either. I just got here, so I'm wondering what bit of the game is this. This is the 6th ring out of 8, and then we'll be having another run after this, so do not worry. This run isn't entirely done, but it's definitely nearing its kind of end form. Good Spikedrivers. You've done basically everything I needed you to do. And now the Rector will take it from here. Also just got here, what is the effect of the rightmost relic? This is the Penitent Remains. It was part of the previous. Just gonna hold right click until that's over, because that's gonna kill my ears. +1 for every black card in your deck, and it adds 3 black cards in the event that gives you Penitent Remains. Turn consume morsels to your hand, not necessary. Enhance friendly units with +3 damage and apply burnout 1. Not necessary. Apply endless to a friendly unit. Not necessary. Let's skip. Then the extra draw this turn. Never took it, thanks. Yeah. It's not bad. Alright, Hef gives us improved Spikedriver colonies. Now they are all upgraded with +20 damage. They do 27 times 2 quick. They are a, every one of them is a 0 energy, 54 damage nuke. See, the thing is here, while I do like the idea of duplicating another thing and getting another artifact, I don't need to do that much. Like, duplicating Memento Mori would be really nice. maybe Space Prism at this point. But getting upgrades like Holdover and cost reduction and just, honestly, just cost reduction on Memento Mori, but also like holdover cost reduction on Engulfed in Smoke, or even just holdover would be great. Let's see what we have here. Double stack. Interesting. Okay, so if anyone else is also or also was a little confused about what double stack affected and what double stack doesn't affect, literally it's just like if it says keyword and then amount of and then a number, it'll affect that. If it says anything else, it won't. So armor 4, it'll affect. Daze 3, it'll affect. Spikes 2, it'll affect. Rage 1, it'll affect. Multi-strike 1, it'll affect. Right? Restore 10 health, no. Deal 25 damage, no. Any other card text, like enhanced by +3/+3, no. Any other card text, no. I know that used to confuse me a lot. We'll have a look at what it could affect here. Engulfed in Smoke for... I mean, it's good setup for the boss fight. I probably should have waited, though. Make a unit one size. I could make the Crucible Collector one size. Oh, whoa! +2 and +30, +30. Hang on. If I'm fine not putting the Paraffin Thug behind it as well, that's way better. One big spider, can't do that. They're already fully upgraded. Like, I'm thinking Major Reflection on the Crucible Collector. It gives it the health that it's needed this entire time. And it gives it a lot more damage, as you might imagine. It's going to be 4 size, but I already have 6 capacity each floor. So then I can put the Crucible Collector and a Morsel Maker behind it still totally easily. That's not a problem for me. You can apply event upgrades to fully upgraded units. Like, because the... Wait, hang on. These no longer extinguish to add themselves to the deck. You still can upgrade these, apparently. It's 3 size. See, like, this is... So, yes, it has more health, but the health doesn't matter too much to me because of the quick, right? This is 3 times the size of a Spikedriver by itself, but it does about 2 times the damage. I think it's the Crucible Collector. I think we just take that, be okay with Crucible Collector and Morsel Maker being the only 2 things on that floor. Paraffin Thug now really doesn't matter to me. Didn't get holdover. Consume and cost +1. I could keep the engine upgrade. I honestly probably don't want to, though. Honestly, -1 probably just goes... Do I need the extra energy, though? Memento Mori? Not really. Reroll? Can't do it. Already did. So, in one of the episodes that went on YouTube, someone said, oh, there's a new feature in the game where you can reroll in a shop. And I was like, huh? You're doing it constantly. I don't... Huh? Confused me so much. Purge? I've got, like, still shops in the next area, and my deck is really flooded, so, like, the more things that I remove, because the deck size is quite large right now, the things that I remove have less of an impact on my in-play deck than if the deck was smaller and I was removing things. So I kind of want to just wait until I get to the end with the Merchant of Trinkets. So in case there's like 3 relics I want to buy, reroll, and 3 relics I want to buy as well, I have the money for that. So I'm going to be saving that until the end. Hey, Raps, you can reroll in shops. Really? Huh. Are you sure? Yeah, Harvest Boss 20. Honestly, the big reason I'm taking the Harvest Boss 20 here is actually the 30 on the accumulator for the damage. I'm gonna pass this Merchant of Magic. Down here, I'll probably take the Merchant of Magic again, though. Probably one where you didn't reroll where it was possible. You also had no money. Honestly, it might have been where I didn't say I'm not going to reroll here, but then rerolled in the next shop instead or something like that, because I just didn't necessarily care about the solutions there. Enemy enters with Spell Shield 2. I literally don't do anything. Well, Memento Mori, hang on. With Steel Wings that have 80 armor and 20 health, I'm actually going to want a Memento Mori kind of consistently here. Because there's going to be those, and then there's also probably going to be Gilded Wings. Oh, but the spiders are going to be enough. It's fine. It's fine. Kevlar Kello says, did you know you could reroll shops? Are you certain? It must be on a later patch of the game, because it's definitely not there. I would have seen it if it was there. You have spoders? Yep. Didn't think about it at the time, but definitely have spoders. Get spoded. Okay, I'm gonna drag, cannibalize you. Pick up the magma morsels this turn. Does Reform work on morsels? Yes. Yes, it does. Okay. Spell them. So Master goes there. It's actually enough to clear that floor already. Oh my god. Paraffin Thug will die. But I'm gonna put you there and then drag there. Because we're not gonna draw enough spiders to need that, and I want to get rid of them, obviously. Rochan, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime subscription and the third vote. Appreciate it. Enjoy your moments in chat, and welcome back to the Republic, bud. Okay. Spolder. Not getting the Crucible Master for the top floor is rough, but not needing it is good. Every time he says Spooder, add another O to it. So, like, I obviously read someone in chat saying Spoda, but the reason that's kind of like a thing that's stuck in my head is because I used to watch Matt Oblivion. I don't know if any of you watched him doing Darkest Dungeon content, and oh god, was he Scandinavian? I can't remember. But, like, I was always really tickled by the way he referred to the spiders in that game, calling them Spoder. Yeah, he was a Darkest Dungeon streamer. He's pretty big at the time. He's from the Netherlands, I think? Okay, yeah. Let's increase the capacity there. Crucible Collector can't go on the top floor because I didn't increase the capacity there. I'm bad at the game! Can't believe I batted at the game as hard as I did. Smoke first floor. I could have. Oh, he might have been calling them Spoders as a joke. Almost. Like, not almost certainly, but possibly. I just found it tickled me regardless. another rubble morsel up there. If you're gonna die anyway, I'll give you the rage. Momentum Mori for no damage right now. Seems like a decent idea. Descend second morsel maker for fair interactions. No? You mean the morsel maker on the top floor? This floor is already at its 7 limit capacity. So if I put this down here, number 1, it wouldn't go down. Number 2, if it could go down, it wouldn't be able to create anything. Can you have negative or 0 capacity? Probably 0. I don't think you can have negative though. Drake could jump block. Yeah, I want some of the Spikedriver colonies to die because I have a lot more in the deck. So I was getting them to chump block just a turn later, effectively. That'd be fine. As far as I'm aware, you can't have capacity below 1, but I never tested myself. Okay. Might be a thing I end up testing at some point in the future. Feast upon all of those. I will drop an Entombed Explosive there. Yeah, because you've got Trample, which is the annoying thing here, which is why you kind of ruin all these units. I'm going to cannibalize that to deal damage to you, as well as gain myself some more units to put on this floor. Let's go for a double Excavator. Or another Shade Splitter. The end of combat, so let's through. Never mind, I just need to set up on the top floor then. Great. That's 600 health minion. Which? I don't have any 600 health minions. I have a 760 health minion. Is that the one you're referring to? Kappa. Is that still a Twitch thing? Kappa? Is Kappa still a Twitch thing? Is Twitch still best friends with Kappa? It's balanced, don't worry about it, exactly. It's fine if you don't think about it. Returned, how's the run been going? It's been going pretty nutty, Cattle. How'd the furniture construction go? Ooh, Mortal Entrapment. Deal 25 damage rather, and apply daze 2 to an already damaged unit. Wicked Blaze, reform a unit, enhance it with an additional plus 15. Probably no. I could use that to get back a Spikedriver or 2. Okay. Hey, Emberforge! Good to see you, bud! Maybe we get an Ember Cache here? We don't need the energy from the Ember Cache at all, though. We already seem to have card and space issues. Yeah, we don't need the energy. It's just like the consideration here is mostly that it's like draw positive after you get past the first excavated Ember. Everforged for golden. No, in the Twitch series, I'm not necessarily going to be like trying to golden cards specifically. I'm going to be trying to do that in the YouTube series though. This is more just about trying to make a good deck. Maybe I take Cannibalize because now that the deck is more dilute, like I might need another Cannibalize to actually get down enough morsels. All right, that sounds good to me. Not the upgrades I'm looking for. Come on, hold over. Permafrost on engulfed in smoke and just holding it for the right time honestly still seems really good. Let's have a look at the merchant trinkets first though. Whenever you play a unit, a random card in hand is reduced to 0 cost for the turn. Okay. So everything is free? I don't need extra energy, like really at all, but I do like the idea of literally everything is always free constantly. I'm gonna take that and jack strips here. 4 random units from your deck on the middle floor. No, they would oversack. It would be bad. Apply daze to enemy units whenever they see the pie room. Your pie gains -5 damage. It still has 50 damage, so if anything gets to the top with still 50 HP, dies. Forever Flame is not necessary at this point, obviously. Whenever a card with Consumer's Blade. That's not super commonly. Okay, Permafrost on the Engulfed in Smoke so that I can play it like specifically just before the boss starts to attack. Giving us 4 rounds of basically free attacks against the boss. Or maybe I hold Feast until a turn where I actually have like a bunch, like more units to put down after the Feast. Could be Feast. Engulfed is better. I could get holdover. Yeah, I wish I could get holdover, just can't though. Honestly, cost reduction is nothing for us at the moment. Cost reduction means nothing to us. What do I want to get rid of in this deck at the moment, though? Honestly, probably engine upgrade. Energy is no longer a problem for us ever. Literally, it's never going to be a problem for us, but capacity is still kind of a problem for us. So this is a card that I draw and I never play it. Dreg? See, the dregs I get to get out of the deck at least just by playing them, the engine upgrade would stay in the deck. Keep goal for score. You have a remove too? Okay, yeah, I'll remove this and then I'll remove... Yeah, I'll remove this and then I'll remove the 2 dregs. Easy. Easy. Keep goal for score. I don't, like, it's so little score. Like, your end of run score is like between 40,000 and 44,000. And unless they change the modifier for it, your coins are still just like straight points, 1 per. So it's very tiny. It's like, I might as well just do another run and then I earn more than if I save gold on every run for many runs. 1 coin equals 1 point. Yeah, it's like the impact is so small that I never really consider it now. Cost reduced Memento Mori. No, I could. The only reason I'm not doing that is because I would really like to see the benefit of Flicker's Liquor. I'm never going to need energy here at all. You only do that for dailies as a tiebreaker, basically. Okay, cool. Score gets you closer to the next unlock. Yeah, but it's so minimal that I don't really consider it. It's like, it's a min-maxing thing, but it's a min-maxing thing that I don't think I need to do. Liquor, Master, Cross. Okay. I mean, we got my Crucible Collector earlier. Love to see it. Dug to help tank. And Rubble Morsel to help tank as well. You know what? I'm going to save these Spikedriver colonies more. I'm actually going to throw that. Spikedrivers lose the cloning after they get upgraded now. Yeah, honestly, it's a huge upgrade for that. For them, rather. Okay, Morsel Maker. Morsel Maker. Quick, getting speedy. I'm gonna eat the Paraffin Thug here in order to get... Oh, Morsel Miner! Yes! Health here. Honestly, health isn't as important as damage shield here. Get that. Get 2 damage shields. Go there for a little bit more defense as well. Neat. Like some more Spikedrivers at this point, game. You answered my prayers. Thank you. Momentum Mori is now 0 cost. Sweet. That'll just blow up the frontliner, and now everything is fine here on the bottom floor. Hell yeah. Let's Wicked Blaze to get back. Morsel Miner? No, it has to be. Burnout 1 though. If I keep reforming the same one, it'll have a longer burnout timer, though. Eventually, at least. I can't even put those Magnum Morsels anywhere. I want to kiss the Crucible Collector. He looks like a stuffed animal I would buy. A lot of the supposedly evil forces in this game are very cute. They're just scruffle them, you know. Not many of them have hair, and that would actually be actively detrimental to Scruffle Rector Flickers, unless you move your hand really fast. But you know, that's hardly a Scruffle. That's just waving at someone's head. I think I'm like done. Space Prism. Do I care? I think I'm straight up done. Play that out so it dies. It's not gonna die. Of course it's not gonna die. I'm gonna cannibalize it. Bunch that I don't really care about here. I'm gonna get a Magma Morsel to get eaten by a Spikedriver colony. Screw it. Please don't pet its candle. You put it down and that isn't good. Is that gonna be like a Charmander? Charmander's tail fire kind of situation? I need to get back to my Engulfed in Smoke really soon. Like, it's kind of... I was very much hoping it would already be here. God, these floors are just so powerful. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna drip ball you down so that I can actually attack you. Do you ever think how Morsel would taste? Only almost every single time I play one. I mean, again, I don't really care for any of these. Yeah, none of this really changes how, like, the only thing that matters right now is, do I get my smoke before the end of the fight? Can you do an impression of what you think the Morsels sound like when they say the words? I don't think I can falsetto that high. Insane. Just have to clear my throat. Up through random and coming around messing and it's their home. Let's feast on this floor. Nom 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 nom. Then Magma Morsel, which I can cannibalize, bringing back minions. Get some damage shield, I guess, on that floor. Let's increase the capacity here. And drop a magnum morsel behind you. Of course, we can't do that. Size 7. Capacity limit, of course. I'm sure that's Griffin's voice. Is it? What? Were there any characters who had a really high voice? Just sound like Chilgo. I don't think that'd help. Do you think the mortals would sound like Chilgo? You can't just do Mickey voice for a small character. I can. Watch me. Okay. Finally got the engulfed in smoke, but now it definitely doesn't matter anymore. All right. So I was trying to have a 1 hour run here, and this is a 2 hour run. Kind of like those early frog voices. Oh, right, the ones before we started doing Jar Jar. They sound like Kirby almost. I am entirely unfamiliar with Kirby. I don't know if I've ever played a Kirby game. Actually, scratch that. I don't know if I've ever played a game. Okay. I once played Smash Melee with a friend. Friend? My god brother. A friend, I guess, but also my god brother. That's the only time I think I've ever played a game that's featured Kirby even. Sorry, I missed it at the time. Geek Rossi subscribed to tier 1 for a second month on a 1 month streak at the moment. Says, love your work, keep it up. Next run, try Remnant / Hellhorn so you can reform imps and have infinite summon effects. I'm still probably going to random because I'd set up the expectation for that at the start of the stream. But regardless, I do appreciate the subscription. Much appreciated. Enjoy emotes in chat. And welcome back to the Republic. Geek Rossi. Guy says, just stopping you for a moment to say hi and that I really enjoyed your ladder streak video with Sneaky Teak. It was really interesting to see an in-depth breakdown of the game. Now back to the Abyss to avoid spoilers. I appreciate you dropping in to say so, Pie Guy. The reception on it has been really good so far. I've been extremely pleased with it. Paraffin Enforcer, strike, friendly burnout units gain rage 2. Doesn't trigger often enough to be good. Extinguish summon to draft units? Oh, they'd be cardless. But really good resummon targets? Hell, the Remnant host is even a really good resummon target. This is good. This is good. Hembles and Noah6240. Much appreciated to each of you. Enjoy emotes in chat and welcome to the Republic. Both of them subscribe with Trick Prime. Enjoy emotes in chat and subscribe. Welcome to the Republic. Paraffin Enforcer is good with multi-strike. So that's the thing. I was looking at it and I was like, this character doesn't have access to multi-strike, but I guess I'm ignoring the fact that obviously there are other clans that have access to multi-strike and I'm not necessarily playing with those at the moment. Shadow Eater, Gorge, 3 size, 2 health. Restore 5 health, deal 5 damage to enemy units. That's some AoE right there. And a great tank. Prism Retrieval as well. Consume, draw a unit and enhance it with +5. Wait. With 5 times the X input and lower cost by X input as well. That doesn't seem great. Oh, it's a bit of a meme. Because it's channel song but bad? It's like a really bad channel song? Okay, yeah. Same page. It's a free draw unit? Yeah, but it's also a card in your deck. So if you didn't have it, you would be more likely to draw the units anyway. It's a free draw? No, it costs you itself. Alright. I mean, like, maybe if you had the thing that gives you +3 to your X-Cost casts, but other than that, it's not great. Suppose it draws even on a 0. Yeah, and doesn't enhance at all. Like, I guess at that point it is, what do they call it when you draw for a specific thing? Thank you. Yeah, it's kind of tutor for a minion. Much appreciated. So maybe in a deck where you have a lot of cards, very few minions, but you need to get the minions early? Maybe? I'm just not really seeing it being consistently that great. I'll be playing with the Covenant and seeing what each level does yet. No. That's... We'll wait until we're on level 10 with each of them, and then we'll have the ability to start going up. Haven't won with the Umbra melting yet. That seems off. Have I not?